All right, we're ready. Start with Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
Hey, Kevin, after the way the game ended in Washington on Sunday, I guess just what do you think of your guys' late game defense, especially with that 10-point lead in the last 2 minutes and them almost getting it back?
They made shot. I mean, you down 10, you shooting the ball, with no conscience, they went in. Sometimes we got hands up on stuff. We gave up an and one, but it wasn't nothing easy. I'll tell you that. I think they earned every point late in the game, and that's what we want at the end of the day.
Bruce Beck, NBC New York.
Kevin, there was one stretch in the fourth from 99 to 120 points where it was Durant, Kyrie, Harden, Durant. Is that what you envision when the three of you were assembled?
Yep. I mean, you got guys that can do multiple things on the floor late in the games. I mean, any coach in America wants the ball in their best players' hands, and I think we got three guys that are unselfish, that know how to play. And I think we made the right plays down the stretch, especially Kyrie and James controlling the ball. And, I felt like, when those guys got it out top, they got the defense at their mercy. So, we got to continue to, be on the same page late in the games.
Tom Dowd, BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Kevin, you guys have shot 57% each of the last three games. An already excellent offensive team, kind of hitting some new heights for efficiency. Have you seen things kind of click into place and gotten to an even better rhythm the last couple games as a group?
Yeah, I mean, we can't rely on just, thinking we're going to shoot 57% each game. I mean, we getting good looks and we get into our spots. But I think, we knuckled down on the defensive side of the ball. They shot 45% from the field. It would have been lower. They hit a few shots late in the game, but 45% is really what we want. And even though they shot 20 more shots than us, we was able to hold them down a little bit. And but we can't rely on us just making shots. We gotta get stops first.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Hey, Kevin, I feel like the turning point in this game was in that second quarter down the stretch when I think Steve calls a timeout and you guys go on a 12-1 run to end the first half. I kind of asked him about that timeout. He said it was so long ago that he doesn't remember what happened or what he said, but he said that you guys as players were kind of taking it upon yourselves to kind of solve a lot of those issues that you guys were having. Just can you just talk to me about what that process was like, what you identified, and how you guys ended up fixing and taking that momentum back?
Yeah, the Clippers started off the game doing a lot of isolation on our point guard and on Joe, and we just told ourselves like, look, this is man up, make them shoot over top. Don't help too much because they're the best 3-point shooting team in the league, and that stretch right there before we call that timeout. Marcus Morris hit a couple threes and Reggie Jackson hit a couple threes, and on us just over helping and because Kawhi hit a couple shots early, but we stayed the course, and we was able to control that ISO a little bit in, get out to the 3-point line, and not give up wide open threes, and I think that helped us.
Steve Lichtenstein, WFAN.
Hi, Kevin. James is just an all-time great offensive player, but he does so many things that are underrated. Can you talk about his post defense on players like Kawhi Leonard or Marcus Morris and what he does to be successful?
Yeah, I mean, coming in with James his rookie year, I mean, we asked him to guard guys, the best players, off the bench. And so he knows exactly what he needs to do on the defensive side of the ball. And then when you go to Houston, he had to control the offense so much that it's a compromise on the other end on who you want to guard and what type of defense you want to play. But he always been good at getting steals and playing post defense with using his strength. So he's an all-around defender, and if we ask him to guard somebody, he's going to go out there and do his job. And I think that's the underrated part of his game.
Mark Vadina, USA Today.
Hey, Kevin, good to see you. Hope you're hanging in there. When you're talking about the defensive end, what do you think your guys' potential is, and what do you think it'll take to get to that?
I feel like a lot of teams are making this pay off of like small mental mistakes, like you're not switching the screen where you're supposed to, or helping too much, and then boom, they get a three. And that stuff just compounds itself. And you make 2 or 3 of those plays, 3 or 4 of those plays in a half. Your defense, that's the difference between shooting 60% from the field and 40% from the field. So it's just a matter of us knowing what our coverages are each time down and executing them, and we only get better at it.
Vincent Goodwill, Yahoo.
KD, you've played on really good defensive teams in Oklahoma City and in Golden State. I'm just curious, do you feel like you guys need to be a great defensive team, or do you feel like you need to be just good enough considering all the offensive firepower you have?
I think we need to be a great defensive team, and I think tonight you've seen, what we can do, and we showed, definitely spurts. We could be better. We gave up, they made 15 threes, and I feel like we could have cut that to maybe 10, the amount of shots, the amount of times we helped too much. But, we got guys individually that can stand in front of their man when we lock in, and, it's only going to get better.
Matt Brooks, Nets Daily.
Hey, Kevin, you had some really controlled closeouts on Kawhi Leonard. Is there something you're watching for with him, with his footwork or any moves he does before he takes shots?
Oh, he's just a savant. He plays the game at his pace. He is in control out there as an offensive player. He's a 3-level scorer. So, you just got to be ready for him to do anything out there. And I try to, close out, not let him beat me on the drive because he's strong driving to his right. And but he also can shoot the 3 and the mid-range. So it's just trying to make it tough, make him shoot over my length and not give him anything easy. But tonight, he's a great player. He's a Hall of Fame player. So you just got to make his shots, tough.
Thanks, Kevin, for your time.
Let's get ready for Hoop Jab.